TC, do you notice anything different about my appearance today?
Well, I think you look fabulous, and you're bedecked, bejeweled, and beflowered.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a joke. There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm not sure what it is.
Beflowered.
Yeah. Steven Singer.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful bouquet.
Beautiful
See,
bouquet.
I collect every year.
All different colors.
Love them. Hello to all. Did you stay up late watching the State of the Union last night? Subscribe to the Smerconish.com daily newsletter and to my YouTube channel. And right there, just ring the bell and you'll get notifications as well, because we want you to be aware every time that we are on air. TC, the action, the excitement, the entertainment is all at Parx Casino, the only casino and sportsbook that I recommend. Parx Casino, the #1 casino in my home state of Pennsylvania. They've got it all. And of course, the big game is this weekend. Now, let me tell you something. I don't think I told this story. So I had a feeling when I was headed to Arizona about Philadelphia. I have to be careful how I say this. Philadelphia hosting San Francisco, TC. I had a feeling, okay? But in this case, this is embarrassing. When I got on the plane and I wanted to make my wager via BetParx, I lost my connection, and I didn't get in on that action. So with the big game coming, I wanted there to be no ambiguity. I wanted to make sure that I was ready to go, and I've already taken Philadelphia. At the time that I got in with BetParx, they were giving 1.5 to Kansas City. I feel like it's a lock. Anyway, have fun. Bet with your head not over it. Got to be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit parxcasino.com for all of your information. Time now for the headlines from Smerconish.com, the newsletter. Sorry to report, you're all going to have to wait until tomorrow to hear about my exploits as a funambulist. Funambulist? Funambulist.
Oh, no. Can we please talk about it right this very second?
Acrobat. High wire walker. Because yesterday I had this really unique and cool experience with Alice, who is the editor of the Smerconish.com newsletter, and her partner.
Yes.
Partner, Jamie.
Yes.
Like the two of them together in a gym environment. I felt like such a weakling, wimp, and word I shall not say.
Wow.
As a Peloton rider.
Wow.
This is like the antithesis of Peloton.
This is gritty.
But anyway, you know that Alice once held a record, although there's some mystery about this, TC, for walking on a tightrope in high heels.
She's amazing.
So I said, I got to see this. So yesterday was the day. And I watched her do it in high heels.
How'd you do?
So I had to give it a shot as well.
Right.
Well, did you see the image that I put on Instagram that then repopulated on Facebook?
I did.
I mean,
I have some questions.
I am like way up there.
Yeah,
way up there.
Yeah, and you're not holding on to anything, are you?
I don't know. Can you tell?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Hey, look, man, I did it.
Did you ever let go? This is what I'm asking you.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you stay up?
We have video to prove it.
Did you fall into a net? I have so many questions.
So they are calling me Carl Walenda. Okay, so you'll have to wait until tomorrow when Alice is here, and we're gonna release some video.
I cannot wait.
PJ's working on it. He and Randy. It's really funny and it's really cool. It's really amazing.
How high up? You looked like you were
way. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it now.
Skyscraper.
Yeah, I was essentially Philippe Petit.
Yeah.
Between the Twin Towers.
That's what I thought.
By the end of the instruction.
That's what I thought.
It was really cool.
It made me nervous.
I'll tell you one thing. That wire is tight. Like, I thought there was more buoyancy.
Is it narrow?
It's pretty thick.
It's thick.
Yeah, and I'm like, my feet, I really felt it.
Oh.
I really felt it.
That's interesting.
She said, bring heavy socks, and I was glad that I did.
This is fascinating.
It was really cool.
How does she do it on high heels?
I don't know. She's amazing.
Yeah,
and I checked them. I inspected them because I thought there was a groove in the high heels. Anyway, fun tomorrow. Video tomorw.
But if people haven't seen the pictures, the still pics on Instagram,
Many
go check it out.
Many more to come.
Did you have a fan?
Okay?
So you had the fan.
I had the fan,
and that helps you with the balance.
Exactly.
Do you understand now?
Of course I do. I was proving that I'm balanced, okay, in a unique way.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the poll question of the day today, of course, it concerns the State of the Union address. Agree or disagree with this statement? A State of the Union speech that addresses one national priority in detail would be more impactful and memorable than the usual shotgun blast of many issues, which is what we got last night. I said that on Twitter as I was watching the speech, and I used as examples climate, Putin, or how about this, the impact of social media on our youth. Got a lot of impressions. It really seems to have struck a number of chords. I don't know how the final result will go on the poll question at my website. The only thing that was memorable last night about the State of the Union address, the exchanges, the seemingly extemporaneous exchanges between the president and Republicans. In other words, nothing substantive is going to survive. Maybe people will remember that some of the back and forth was over entitlements. I'd rather see a president drill down on one thing, but I believe that Biden, on balance, had a good night because, the biggest problem that he faces is that he's 80 years old. He's 80 years old, and that's why, among other things, his approval rating is 42%. That's why, among other things, 58% of Democrats don't want him to be the nominee. And that's why, among other things, he trails by 4 points in a matchup against Donald Trump. So, I think that when Biden when he's off script and having back and forth with those in the audience, members of Congress, Republicans, I think it suits him.
Right, but haven't you in the past thought that when he went off script, it always made me a little nervous? Like, in other words, I would have said, if someone had said to me, the president went off script, I would say,
uh-oh.
Right.
Yeah.
And yet, last night,
it was fine.
Completely.
I thought it was
what is that? Why is that?
I thought he rolled with it. Well, look, he's an experienced Paul. He's been in Washington 50 years.
It still makes me nervous.
I get it. But I'll tell you what I don't like, TC.
What
I don't like is when he's heavily scripted and he's just like, trying to get everything in.
Right.
How many times during the course...
Like the beginning of it felt a little rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always with him.
Yeah.
He's not good on his feet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and it's not a stutter. Maybe the stutter brought it on, but how many times in the 2020 cycle during the debate would I come in the morning after the debate or maybe the day of in trying to counsel both sides, and I would say, I get it. There's a room. There are a lot of people in the room. They're all telling him what he needs to do, and as he's on stage in the debate, it's like you see the mental calculus of him trying to get it all in.
Yeah.
Machine gun blast. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when he's speaking so fast and it's hard to get it, then you're not hearing anything. Slow down, Joe. I've told you the power in radio of the pause. At a moment where people are about to reach for their dial. Whoa, did I lose the SiriusXM? No, it's for emphasis.
Yeah.
Change your intonation.
Slow down.
Joe, slow down, man. You don't have to get it all in. Do what Roger Ailes told Ronald Reagan to do. Be thematic. Now, among the events of last night that are getting a lot of attention was this Romney and Santos exchange, which we put in the thumbnail. We had to get it right because the order apparently was Romney says to Santos, according to the Daily Mail, so it must be true, you're an ass, right? And then Santos does him one better.
Yes.
As Romney is walking in.
But someone on YouTube in the chat function said, if Mitt Romney calls you an ass, you must really be an ass.
I could see Mitt.
No, I don't think they're allowed to swear.
I don't believe that.
They don't swear. They don't drink. They don't drink caffeine. It's a Mormon thing. No, I do not think he swears.
No. Mitt wouldn't call him the AH.
No.
That he would not do.
He would not do that.
Like, there's no way.
Even ass is a lot for Mitt, I think.
You think he's ever dropped the F-bomb?
Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
I respect that, even though I'm not like that.
I am
I wish
not
I
like
were.
that.
I wish I were like that.
I have no problem not being like
that.
that.
But can I tell you, as I tweeted, the most amazing thing about the Romney-Santos encounter is not that Romney called him an ass. It's not that Santos responded in kind and said, you're an AH. Rather, it is the fact that George Santos, with all of the attention on him, with all of the reports of him being such a bullshitter, positioned himself in an aisle seat to be there to greet
the camera.
Yes.
Yes.
So you and I were struggling early today. What is the word for that? He brazenly positioned himself on the aisle, right? Showing he has what? No shame, no
remorse,
sense of humiliation,
nothing.
Ignominy, which is a difficult word for me to pronounce.
That's a ridiculous word.
It is a ridiculous word.
Brazen is the best.
Ignominy is not a word that I would say on CNN because I would be so fearful of that being in the teleprompter.
Wait, what was the word that you used to say?
We still haven't found it. But thinking of Bono, I still haven't found what I'm looking for, him being in the chambers last night.
Right.
There's a better word for this.
Right.
About Santos positioning himself on the... But think about that, TC. Yeah. Wouldn't you expect that he would be in the back of the hall, that he would want nothing
Maybe
to do?
it's like George Costanza, opposite day. I'm just going to act as though I never had an issue.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I think that a shrink would really have something to say.
A shrink would have something to say about everything that George Santos does, like all the lies, everything. Are you kidding me?
I never did it. I was going to have a poll question if the pressure on Santos constantly at some point causes people to have a wee bit of sympathy for him, like give him a break. All right, he's a bullshitter. We get it. But I don't think so.
No, not after last night.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Of all the places he could have hid.
Nope.
I mean, somebody last night.
And they have to go there early and stake out their claim, right?
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Sheila Jackson Lee, I think is her proper name. The congresswoman, the representative from Texas, she's always there.
Yeah.
You know, to get in the shake with the president.
And then you say hi to the president, right?
Yeah, but you got to be there hours in advance.
What I thought. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like waiting for tickets at Ticketron back in the day. Like what if you have to go to the bathroom?
Oh.
Because if I got there,
I would not hold a place for him.
You wouldn't hold a place for him.
No.
If I got there 3 hours in advance, that would be at least 3 trips.
Thanks for that.
To the men's room.
Really good to know that.
Like, hey,
gotta go.
Congresswoman, can you cover me here?
Yeah, just elbow in.
One other thought about Santos.
I'm glad we're not back on the bathroom.
A pair of people, got the luck of the draw and had to sit next to him.
True.
Like, that's bad enough.
That's bad.
But he positioned himself over there.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if he had shaken hands with the president? That would have been...
Now I have to go back and see it. Did he try?
I'd be more interested in that than photographs of the balloon.
Right. Which wasn't mentioned.
Yesterday, would being indicted in connection with hush money paid to Stormy Daniels help or hurt Donald Trump's campaign? 19,000 and change voted. 3/4, 75.87% said it would hurt. The other big story from last night, LeBron James surpasses Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the NBA scoring record. He needed 36, I guess, going into that game last night, and he was able to do it. In true LeBron James fashion, he didn't even need a full game. He sank a 21-foot turnaround with 10.9 seconds left in the third quarter, giving him 16 points in the period, the necessary 36 for the game. And here's the magic number, 38,388 for his illustrious career, now more than any other player in history. Do you remember when...
A friend of mine from high school was in the house last night and said it was absolutely... insane.
I'll bet that was a big ticket.
Insane.
I'll bet that was a big ticket.
He can swing it.
We have a number of photographs at Smerconish.com today. The pictures tell a story, and one of them is of the Chinese balloon debris. Navy divers began pulling pieces of the downed Chinese spy balloon from the depths of the ocean floor on Tuesday using sophisticated reconnaissance drones dubbed the Kingfish and the Swordfish to locate the debris. Did you look at it? It looks like a parachute.
It looks like a parachute, but then the other thing that I thought was really interesting was one of the news accounts said that the spy apparatus that it was carrying, so the cameras, etc., was the size of a small plane. Like the scope of it, I think people don't realize how big it is.
Right.
That's what's kind of so incredible.
And
is it part of a flotilla? A fleet?
Yeah. Apparently it is. Washington Post has a good story today explaining that it's part of a very sophisticated and large network that has gone much undetected.
Right.
I mean, maybe the reason that they flew it over Montana is because they've been flying so many of them that haven't been detected in the past.
Wow.
I continue to pay close attention to the Murdaugh trial in South Carolina. In the late afternoon, I'm doing my reading, I'm doing my writing, I'm preparing for the following day's show.
And you're on Peloton?
And I'm on Peloton. And in the background, I've got Court TV and the Murdaugh trial. And I must say it's intoxicating. So what's the latest?
Yeah, what's the latest?
Okay, the latest
is there any chance he gets off?
I think no.
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 No. Right?
No.
Despite
At the outset, I wondered.
Despite the fame of the family and the prestige and everything, like there is just no way that gets him off.
At the outset, I thought, okay, he's got Dick Harpootlian, a really good lawyer.
But where's he been?
Yeah, it's been his colleague.
What's going on with that?
I don't know. Maybe they're saving Harpootlian more for the presentation of the defense case.
Because Valerie Borline was the one that turned us on, or
Yeah.
Maybe you knew who Dick Harpootlian was.
I didn't know I did, but I knew him in a political context. He's a state senator.
That's right.
He's a South Carolina. He's got it all going on. Wow. He's a South Carolina power broker. Okay,
so go ahead, tell me.
Yesterday I told you that there was the caretaker for the mother, and she saw what she thought was a
Shelley
tarp.
Smith, that's
right.
right. Yep.
The blue tarp.
Yep.
But prosecution wants you to know it's not a tarp, it's a raincoat. And the reason that they worked so hard to let you know that Alec Murdaugh had this blue raincoat is because there was gun residue on it, in the same way that there was on his hands, his shirt, and shorts. Okay, and the response to that from the defense is going to be one of, well, yeah, there are guns all over that property. They are all gun enthusiasts. A pair of stories yesterday talked about Roger Waters being called anti-Semitic by David Gilmour's wife. How about this? Joe Rogan now being slammed for saying Jews are, quote, into money.
What? How could he not think that was? That's what I don't understand. I do not understand how he could say that and not think that was going to be an issue.
It's crazy, said Rogan. Did you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar, where she's apologizing for talking about it's all about the Benjamins, which is just about money. She's talking about money. It's not an anti-Semitic comment. I don't think that it is. The idea that Jewish people are not into money is ridiculous. It gets worse. That's like saying Italians aren't into pizza. It's effing stupid.
Like what in what part of the universe is that?
First of all, there are two problems with it. Number one, it is an anti-Semitic trope. That's problem one. Problem two is it's a matter of stupidity on his part that he would think otherwise and say it on air.
So what does one do with that?
It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what kind of blowback there might be. Also, I said that we had a number of photographs, and I mentioned the spy balloon being one of them. Gabby Petito photograph. You can see it at Smerconish.com today. Apparently, TC, she was documenting her own injuries.
Right. So there's a terrible picture of her. You can see the long cut under her eye and blood smeared across her cheek.
It's awful. It's not only the photograph, it's the emotion that I'm seeing in that picture.
Yeah.
And this as well at Smerconish.com. Headline, Harry and Meghan to be questioned in Samantha Markle defamation case.
Okay, so lawyer Smerconish, come on. What is this situation?
Well, go ahead and you summarize it, and then I'll...
So evidently, because there were interviews done where Meghan Markle called herself an only child, the half-sister believes that is defamatory because she exists, and therefore there's a suit, and they have to be deposed. So what does that mean?
It means that this is going to be ugly for Harry and Meghan because they're now going to be questioned as part of this is a U.S. defamation action. By the way, where's the father? We haven't heard Harry. Where's Harry these days? Is his name Harry?
Who? Meghan's Markle's father?
Yeah.
Mr. Markle to you. I think it's Thomas.
Thomas. That's it.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to put to rest
here we
the
go.
rumor.
There's a rumor
that there are free Thomas shirts. There are no free Thomas
Please don't
shirts
give anyone any ideas.
Available at Smerconish.com.
Oh, geez.
Okay, we do not have those.
Okay.
We do not have those.
Okay.
Netflix.
Okay, can I just say, this is causing quite a stir among
everywhere.
The 25-year-old crowd.
Yeah, of course.
Would be Emma and her friends.
Yeah.
It is actually, they have to do something. I don't know why.
Oh, my God, yes.
Okay, so...
What's taking them so long?
Okay, so that's my attitude, too, but the 25-year-old crowd is like, what? What is going on?
Yeah.
Because they're on... it is hysterical when you get the girls together. In my case, it's girls. In your case, it's boys. But, okay, so whose Netflix account do you use? Whose Hulu account do you use? Whose HBO account do you use? They use everybody's.
So constantly at my house, because you pull it up and you've got different
what
do I want to say, emojis, icons for different people in your house.
Sure.
And I'll go into mine.
Inexplicably, I'm Gillian Anderson from Sex Education.
Sometimes, that's a great reference.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll go in and I'll say, that's not mine because I'm embarrassed.
I didn't watch that.
Like, I didn't watch MILF Manor. It's only for research
for
the show. Right. But then other times I mean it when I say, I didn't watch that. Someone else did.
Of course you didn't.
And then if I spend the time to trace it through, those in the family, I find it wasn't any of them. It was one of their friends.
Correct. So, okay. So the issue is now they're very convoluted. Basically, there's going to be like a home base, a Netflix home base. And then you have to, within 30 days, whatever thing that you're using, if it's an iPad, if it's a computer, has to be in the vicinity of that Wi-Fi network. Is it going to make the kids visit?
It's so hard for me. It's so hard for me to even keep up. Like, I have a Hulu special. Can we plug that every once in a while?
Go see it on Hulu.
My presentation, Things I Wish I Knew Before I Started Talking, is still on Hulu.
Yes.
So I had reason to go and look at it the other night. I had such difficulty figuring out what's my Hulu password because others have used it and it's been changed so often. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you check out the exclusive content at Smerconish.com today. Zachary Rose, who is a high school social studies teacher in New Jersey, writing about Donald Trump's latest education proposals, a very timely subject. So don't just hit and run. Don't just go and vote at Smerconish.com on the poll question of the day. Stick around. Take a look at some of the exclusive content. Look at today's aggregated links because there's a lot going on and the website looks great. Instagram is where you'll see me like way up on the high wire.
Skyscraper.
Yeah, way the hell up there. It's amazing how quickly I took to it. Amazing.
You're a natural athlete,
I
Michael.
think Alice was stunned.
Stunned.
She'll speak for herself tomorrow.
Yes, she will.
Vote on today's poll question. A State of the Union speech that addresses one national priority in detail would be more impactful and memorable than the usual shotgun blast. That is an agree or disagree. See ya.